So another use case, the last use case, is marketing and fundraising. So obviously this is a great tool for prospecting. Our clients use it for prospecting underlying investments, but they can also use it for prospecting and finding their own customers and clients. And this is an interesting one. We did this for some wealth managers who are out there looking for clients who meet a certain profile. But we recently landed a project with a university, which is a little bit outside of our domain, but it shows that this capability is mainstream. And they have an office called a development office, which has got nothing to do with software. It's all about getting money in from charities and from people who want to donate for programs at the university. And the traditional way of being able of doing this process is they have a development office, which is a very sophisticated group of people who understand their alumni base, and they can send out solicitations to their alumni and students, but mostly they're past alumni asking for money for certain programs. The big problem is this university is building a big a theater for performance art. The problem is performance arts, if they send out an email to everybody who studied a BA, they may not necessarily have the means to be a good donor, firstly. And secondly, they may not have an interest in the program. And yet there may be lots of alumni who have a strong interest in the program. In fact, I recently met, on a side note, I recently met with the project manager, the portfolio manager of a very large mutual fund locally. And we had a great conversation for about 10 minutes about AI. And then we had another conversation for about 45 minutes about a charity that he set up to help disadvantaged kids. So often people who are very successful in life have gravitated away from the area that they study and may be very interested in the kinds of programs that are useful to this type of university development office. So what we did was they gave us 1,000 people initially, of alumni that they hadn't heard from for 10 years. And they said, can you go profile these people and see what their interests are? Because we don't really know. We haven't heard from them for a long time, and we don't really know what they're up to. But we think these are good likely prospects. And our system came back with about a 4 to 5% rate, so about 40 to 50 people. For example, one person was a woman who had married a hedge fund manager, moved down to New York City. He sold his company for $1 billion, and they made the single largest donation to a museum and an art facility down in New York City. At which point the university said, why didn't we know about that? So profiling people and but who could go out and do 10,000 Google searches, 100,000 Google searches across that wide database and have the system understand what it was getting back. So it seems like that's a great